These are my 3 rows of indeterminates that I'm growing in 2-gallon grow bags that I'm really pruning hard. 1 central leader for the most part, and then going to top out once they set a cluster of fruit. So I really just want to force some tomatoes from these plants for seed saving and to see if we can get some fruit to taste and photograph for the book. And the first of these is Green Giant. The plant right now is about 2 feet tall, and it's finally starting to show some buds near the top. The second one here is Caitlin's Lucky Stripe, and I'm growing this from seed that Bill Minke sent me, and we're getting some nice flower clusters on there, so we'll be able to top that off very soon and force those flowers to develop. This is Purple Russian, and you see that we've already got some fruit set in here, so essentially be able to top that soon and just watch those fruit develop. This is Dester. Dester is a large pink tomato that was one of my favorites last year, and you can see the size of the blossom cluster on Dester. It's looking great. This next one is Red Brandywine, and I've not grown Red Brandywine in some years, so I'm looking forward to getting back to recalling what this one is like. Next to Abraham Lincoln, and this is from the USDA, so it's a larger fruited, more authentic to what was described in the catalog, and we're nearing the point of pruning that one. Large Lucky Red. This one wants to set fruit higher up, and this is a selection of Lucky Cross that has large red oblate fruit that I found. Next we have Big Willie. This is the tomato that I found in my dad's basement that he named, and I'm not sure what it was. It was large red fruit last year, and it's got some nice blossoms. I suspect it was a beefsteak type that he decided to slap a name on. This is Giant Syrian. This is a tomato that's been interesting because the Seed Savers has been selling a cross strain for years, an oblate pink, and Giant Syrian is, as sent to me by Charlotte Mullins in 1990, is a large heart-shaped red. This has got the wispy foliage. We've got the real deal here, and we're showing some blossoms near the top. And this is Ferris Wheel. That is a variety that I discovered in the USDA. That's from the 1890s Salzer Seed Company. I'm growing 2 different selections out of this, and I want to talk about this one in my book. This is a Bisignano number 2 that I'm growing out from seed that I saved in 1997. So it's 16-year-old seed, and it took a while to get going. This is a variety that my friend Jeff sent me that he loves and wanted me to try, called Snag's Pride. It's got some immense blossoms. It's a potato leaf. It's supposed to be a pink. Here is a pink Berkeley tie-dye. You can see a blossom cluster right near the top here. It's looking great. Speckled Roman. And the rationale for growing some of these is just to get a variety of shapes and colors to photograph and taste. Some of these I'll be able to top soon. This one came, we really liked the Seed Saver tasting, Engelhard Yellow Cherry. It's already set fruit. Next to it I'm growing Coyote. And next to it I'm growing a historic variety called Yellow Ponderosa. From the 1800s, it's I got this out of the USDA, and it's large yellow fruit. Here's one that my tomato friend Neil Lockhart sent me called Captain Lucky. I believe it's supposed to be a potato leaf, but this is a regular leaf. It's the only seed I got to germinate, and it's setting fruit, so we'll see what it produces. This is a tomato that my friend Margie gave me. She got seed from a friend who called it a German tomato, and we'll see what it will do. It's starting to bud. Next to it is a Lillian's Red Heirloom from seed sent to me by Reinhard Kraft. I just wanted to compare. It's got the typical long sepals that Lillian's should show. Next to it is Mama's Huge Orange that a new tomato friend named Samantha gave me. Samantha was researching the history of Aunt Ruby's green. And Mama's huge orange certainly has some huge flowers near the top here. Huge blossoms that are about to open anyway, buds. And Mama is growing next to Stump of the World. Stump has 2 blossom clusters, so I'll be able to top quite a few of these. Next to it is yellow brandywine, and this can be a really big plant, so I'm pleased to see we've got blossoms on it, because that plant can really take over. This is another one that Samantha gave me called Israel, and it's probably going to be a paste type. It's got very, very long sepals, a paste or a heart. And finally in this row is Big Sandy, a variety that Charlotte Mullins sent me that I really love. It's a large red beefsteak type, and it looks like it's going to want to blossom close to the top. And quickly moving down the last row here, we're going to start with Don's Double Delight, which is one that my friend Lee named after his dad, and it's out of the Lucky Cross line. Large red tomato with gold stripes, which is next to Egg Yolk, another one that we liked at the Seed Saver tasting, and they're oval, and it has set fruit. Next to Lemon Drop, another one that we got from the Seed Saver tasting. Both of these are ready to top. Next to the just beautiful foliaged Mullins Mortgage Lifter mutation that has the chartreuse leaf, and may need a bigger pole and to put this elsewhere because it looks like it's not going to. This plant tends to stretch a lot, and it's going to set fruit really high up. Next to it is Emmy. We enjoyed this at the Seed Saver tasting, and I believe this is unusual in being a determinate heirloom. So I've already pruned it a little bit, but I'm not going to prune it anymore. We're going to try to get those fruit out of it. It's a medium orange. Here's a historic variety called John Bear from the early 1900s, Johnson & Stoke Seed Company, closely related to Bonnie Best, and it has set fruit. The reason I'm growing this is because we loved it at the Seed Saver tasting last year, much to our surprise. This Mexico Midget is from my friend Gray, and he got it out of a Seed Savers exchange packet. And Seed Savers does not have the correct Mexico Midget. The fruit is too large, but I wanted to grow it out for myself. And I'm working with the SSE to fix that. Tiny Tim Yellow, which we really enjoyed at the Seed Saver tasting. It's an heirloom yellow cherry tomato. And here is a cross from Mexico Midget or Coyote that my friend Cindy gave me. She found it in her garden. And the fruit are orange and tiny. And we've set fruit here. And this plant actually has been topped. You can see right here where I've topped it above the flower cluster. I'm going to top this one above the flower cluster, and I'm going to top it here again above the flower cluster. So this plant is going to need to be kept in control. It looks like it's going to be rampant. Here's an opalka that got a late start. It's grown fine. This is Springston heirloom, and look at the size of the flower on that. Holy. Okay, so this is a family heirloom from an editor that works at the American Gardener magazine, and we may need to let another stem grow. I'm not sure if that flower is going to actually develop. This is something that came out of my dwarf Kelly Green grow out, and I wondered if it was Lucinda, which I grew last year and was some stray seed, but it's got the carrot-like foliage. We're just going to have to see what this does. And this is Italian heirloom, which was a real flavor favorite at the Seed Saver tasting, and it's flowering like crazy, so we'll be able to top that soon. And we have Striped Sweetheart, another one named by my friend Lee out of Lucky Cross that doesn't look like it wants to set fruit low down, so we'll have to watch that. And finally we have Hughes. I'm growing a second vial of it. This plant always sets fruit high up the plant, so we'll see what happens.